Edward was a man who lived in a world of perfect angles and cold, hard success. He was a famous architect, and his latest masterpiece was the glass and steel skyscraper where he had his office. From his high-up floor, he looked down with disgust. Below, a young woman named Elizabeth was cleaning a spill. She was clumsy and soaked from a leaky pipe. The dark stain on his perfect floor was an insult to him. Pathetic, he muttered, a cruel word only he could hear. To Edward, Elizabeth was not a person. She was just a problem, a flaw in his flawless world. But Elizabeth didn't care. She had learned long ago that men like Edward didn't see people like her. She found her happiness in a job well done, even when no one else noticed. She had a secret. She was not just a janitor. She was the building's rightful owner. The building had been in her family for many years. Her grandfather, a wise and kind inventor, had built it with his own hands. But when her family lost all their money, a cold and greedy man, Edward's father, had tricked them. He made them sign a paper that looked like a sale, but was really a 99-year lease. The secret was a hidden clause in the original will. If the building was not kept in good repair, it would go back to the family. Elizabeth, working as a janitor, had spent years gathering proof of the broken pipes, bad wiring, and ignored damage that Edward's father had caused. That night, there was a big party to celebrate the building's anniversary. Edward was on a stage, feeling proud and powerful. Suddenly, Elizabeth, no longer a ghost, walked out of the shadows. The large crowd, which had always ignored her, became silent. She walked right up to the microphone and looked at Edward. "Edward," she said, her voice strong and clear. "You were so busy building your kingdom that you forgot to maintain its foundation." She told everyone about the broken pipes, the water damage, and the unsafe conditions she had been documenting for years. She had proof, hundreds of photos and logs, that Edward's father had broken the rules of the lease. "This building is legally mine," she announced, her voice filled with quiet power. "I am here to take back what is my family's." Edward's world fell apart. His proud life, built on lies, was gone in an instant. The next few months were a blur. Edward found himself working for Elizabeth, not as an architect, but as a worker. He had to face not only his own bad behavior, but also his father's lies. He saw Elizabeth's kindness and strength and learned to see value in hard work. He realized he was wrong about everything. The woman he had once looked down on was truly amazing. One day, Edward got an offer to design a new, fancy building in another city, a chance to start his old life over. He was tempted, but then he looked at Elizabeth. She was no longer a janitor, but she still wore simple clothes. Her hands were still rough from work, but her heart was full of kindness. He knew that the kind of happiness he wanted could not be found in a glass tower. It could only be found with her. He told the investor no. He chose to stay and help Elizabeth. He wanted to help her fix the building and, in doing so, fix himself. They started a new life together. Their love was not built on money or power, but on humility and forgiveness. Edward had lost his empire, but he had found his soul.